Hey everyone. I know this is probably a different setting than you're used to seeing me in. Usually I'm in my bedroom with the big rainbow flag behind me. But this video, I wanted to talk about something I don't really mention a lot on my YouTube channel, and that is I one day want to be a meteorologist. I love weather. I've loved it since I was 7 years old, and I wanted to talk about what got me into weather. It was 2003. My cousin, who lived in North Carolina at the time, not too far away from the coast, lived in, I think, I can't remember the name of the city she lived in. Elizabeth City. Elizabeth City, that was it. And there was Hurricane Isabel on the way to about to slam into North Carolina and Virginia. Hurricane Isabel, it was in 2003. Hurricane Isabel was at one point a Category 5 hurricane with 165 mile per hour winds. But thank God it weakened to a Category 2 with I think 105 or 100 mile per hour winds when it made landfall. But still, it was a pretty destructive hurricane that did quite a bit of damage. And there wasn't too much damage done to her home, but she still evacuated and stayed with my grandmother for a while until they gave an all clear. And it made me wonder what makes these things happen. And I did my research on it. We learned about it in school. It was just always, just since I was 7 years old, 7.5 years old, it was just a huge, that was the start of it all. And when I was younger, I would used to go up to the TV and point up to when they would do the weather and all the maps, and I would pretend I was the one showing the weather, showing radar and temperatures and all that stuff. I would pretend I was the one on TV, and my family, they would laugh at me when I would do that. But and now it's got to the point where I take it, well, for the last 5 years or so, I've taken it very seriously. I have professional grade software on my computer. I'm using also on my iPod. I have Radar Scope, and I use a program on my computer called, well, I use basically all Gibson Ridge products. I use GR Earth, GR Level 3, and GR2 Analyst, which GR2 Analyst is probably my favorite. And, yeah, so that's really what got my interest in weather. I really don't know as far as college. I need to think about this now. I'm almost 20 years old. I need to think about this, but I really haven't decided what college I want to go to. And I know it's very hard to do this, but where I want to work, hopefully, is the National Weather Service. And I know that is not an easy place to get hired at. It's pretty difficult. So yeah, and if that doesn't work out, I'll find something else. One thing I've made up my mind that I really do not want to do is broadcast, because I don't have to look for it. I don't have the voice for it to do broadcast meteorology, so that really is out of the question for me. So there's a lot of ways you can be a meteorologist. One thing though that was kind of funny, this is kind of off topic, my very first career that I wanted, I was in first grade and I wanted to be a bus driver. I was in love with buses, school bus for some reason, and that I grew out of that pretty quickly. And my grandmother, it was kind of funny, she would buy me a toy bus every year, and I loved it. Every single year I would get a new bus. So, I miss those days. Other than that, one thing I'm going to do, this is just a little update. I've been doing okay for the past few days. Still battling that depression. I don't see my psychiatrist until next month, I think on the 3rd or 4th, somewhere around there. And as you know, I got this iPod Touch, and what I'm hopefully going to do is exchange this one and get the new 6th generation on Tuesday. I did not know that. Okay, I explained this when I first bought this one. I did not know there was a 6th generation out. I thought that they had really stopped making the new iPod Touches, because most people don't need them anymore. I, for one, cannot afford a smartphone that can do everything that this can do. So, and it's everything I need in it. But I watched videos, comparisons of the 5th and 6th generation iPod Touches, comparing them to performance and the speed and the camera. I'm using the iPod right now to film on the back camera, and it was so much better than what I have right now. The camera's not, top notch, but it's a pretty big upgrade from 5 megapixels to 8 megapixels, and also has slow motion video recording. But yeah, everyone, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I just want to give this little story. And if everyone would like, I would like to do little updates on weather and stuff like that. But yeah, in this time of year, it's kind of getting boring. We get, some severe weather outbreaks here and there in November, but it doesn't happen all the time, not nearly as much as it does in the spring months and in the summer. But that is it for this video. If you have any questions, about weather, about me, or about weather, or anything like that, just let me know in the comments. Bye.